Hello everyone and welcome. We are here, we are live, we are ready to go, and as you can see, we're beginning in mission control because I haven't gone in and taken a look at contracts in a little bit, and I always want to look in here and see if there is anything good. And so I do see some right off the bat. Hello Philip and Blazing, I'm glad you guys made it. And just for the people that are new to the stream, I always just really should begin with this, is that this is my Beautified stock live stream. All the gameplay, all the parts are stock. I've just put in some beautifications and a few quality of life mods, but nothing that really changes the gameplay too much, so that anything you see in this series, you can do in a stock game. Although you can't see any of that kind of stuff in here because this is, of course, just the regular mission control. And we'll get to some stuff in just a little bit. Specifically, as people I'm sure noticed from the thumbnail, I want to build a rover. I also want to build a lander. The end goal of all of this actually is to put a base on the moon, but I want that base to be in a good spot to harvest resources. So we're going to do some kind of looking for that good spot. That's the kind of purpose of the rover, really, is to try and nail down a really good spot for that base. But anyway, back to contracts here. Like, for instance, I see right off the bat here, extract 600 units of ore from the moon. I want to extract ore from the moon anyway. It doesn't say anything silly like deliver it to Kerbal or anything. It just simply says, you know, bring up 600 units of fresh ore from the moon. So I'll be doing that, so I might as well grab that. We got scientific data from space around the moon. I mean, I can do that instantly. I have a bunch of Kerbals that are sitting in a lab right now. I can do that. I don't want to get too here, this one. Although I'm not that interested in science because I have already completed the tech tree, this is a piece of equipment I've not used yet to gather surface deployed ion collector science from the surface of the moon, and I got to collect 50% of it. I've never used this part before. It's pretty late in the tech tree. It's one of those surface deployable parts that comes along with the Breaking Ground DLC, but a lot of cash, so yeah, let's grab that. I have to bring one out there. This temperature survey one is to do it over a whole bunch. I don't want to go scouting for a whole bunch of waypoints, so I'm not going to do that one. And detect 3 comets with the Sentinel infrared telescope. Getting a comet, either just getting to, I've never done that before, so to me this one's kind of exciting. I'm not gonna do this today, but I do want to grab it before it expires in 4 days time, so I'm gonna grab that one too. Boom. Okay, there we go. That's all good. All right, let's get ourselves out to Moon Station, because there's one other thing that I want to show people. So if I just click on stations here, Moon Station, there we go. Is that PH Mo? I'm gonna go with that rather than just Mo. I'm really, this is your first stream. I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you're enjoying the videos, and I speak whale and Jack, and oh boy, I can't say Kirsty. I tried to, but I failed. Okay, so this is my moon station in orbit about the moon. In fact, why don't we right now, right at this moment, EVA, let's EVA Philip K. Kerman here. We're going to do an EVA report. We're going to get no science associated with this because I've collected a lot of this stuff, but we're going to board. Nice. And then we're going to grab that report. Where's the review data? And we're going to transmit it. And once it's transmitted, there we go. Contract complete for transmitting science from space around the moon. So that's you gotta grab that easy cash. But while I'm at it, why don't I actually EVA Philip one more time? EVA report and grab it again. Never knew you could get so much value out of science that is completed. And if I go now to the review that data, again, no science here, but I can turn that into 150 science over a period of time, that's for sure. And that's more data to be stored in the lab that Phil and Bob are very quickly processing. But anyway, that's not the main reason I wanted to come out here. The main reason I wanted to come out here is because if you click, I think it's pretty much... no, it's not on that, but on any command capsule or probe body, there should be a probe body. There's one right here. is I got the curb net access. In the last episode, I put, let's get my satellites here. I put a couple of satellites in orbit about the moon, scanning away, looking for resources and doing all kinds of other stuff. And if I open up the curb, this gives me curb net access, which I didn't have before. And let's zoom this out. This way, I think, zooms out, right? Refresh. Oh, it doesn't zoom out all that crazy far. But what I have here actually is, if I... Boop, boop, boop. Cycle display mode. No, I had it, yeah. You can have an altimetry scan, which shows altitudes. And you can have a biome scan, which shows biomes. And it's telling me right now... Oh, see, that's the East Crater. I can put a waypoint on that, and over here I have some highlands. And can I set the refresh to automatically refresh? Oh, that's not okay, now it's automatically refreshing, but it's actually moving as we go. So there is a bit of a cheesy biome map, but really what I'm mostly interested in, and I've made spectacularly little use of this, so I'm not exactly an expert at using CurbNet, and that's kind of for two reasons. Number one is it's really late in the tech tree when you get this technology, and usually by then I'm kind of already just about finished the tech tree, so you're kind of getting it too late. I don't care too much about biomes anymore by that point. And the other reason is most often in my games I would use a mod like ScanSat. I love ScanSat, it's great, and it really kind of does this stuff, in my opinion, better. So, but I this one's my stocky game, so that's why I don't have it. So I just kind of wanted to show you that CurbNet thing. But what I'm really interested in, if we go back here to the moon and we focus on the moon, let's turn off those satellites. And if we go over here to this tab, the little moon tab here, we can click on this ore button and it shows you where ore is concentrated. And if we turn down the cutoff, turn up the cutoff, I'm sorry. So we're only looking at the top 90% of ore concentrations. We can see that there is a concentrated, let's see if we can get this color to be a little nicer. I like that red. There's a nice concentrated zone here, and I already had dropped the waypoint. I did this at towards the end of last stream. And if you wanted to, gotta be a little careful here. I don't think I have, yeah, that if I, let's go back on that CurbNet access. Where'd it go? Oh, I'm still time warping? Is that what it is? Now the CurbNet access is gone. See, I told you. Oh, here it is, CurbNet access. I don't think it will show resources. That's altitude. That's display. This just takes the grid or the waypoint off. So to actually get the resources from everything that I understand, I mean, I can look at biomes for whatever that's worth. There we go. And I can see what biomes were over, but to actually see, to get a detail of the resource scan, I actually have to go out from everything that I can see out to, I think it's this scanner. Let's just switch to it really quick just to show you. Yeah, I like the ScanSat mod. I did that a lot in a previous live stream. I'm not going to add it to this again. My promise with this stream is that it's going to be stockish, so I'm going to stick with stockish. I'm surprised you're not looking for water. That would be more like what we're looking for in real life around the moon, but I don't think the stock game lets you look at water really. So what I can do with this is if I open this one up and here get CurbNet access, see here I can see resources. Isn't that weird? And that's all I got, right? I can do this. To me that's, I don't know, I find this really quite confusing. So if I come back to here, yeah, here I'm seeing, oh, but I'm right above. Where is this satellite? Oh, let's not look at the debris. Oh, there's debris showing. Why is that debris showing? Oh, because it's still a... go back. There we go. I had it selected as a target. I don't want to think about that debris. It was a dumb thing that happened at the end of last stream. Emphasis on the word dumb. But if I bring this satellite up, so it's over the region. And now refresh this. Yeah, see, we're looking at, and you can really get with this one now, like right under here. Oh, it does move around. No, it's all saying the same. I think it's only right where we are. The concentration is 2.69, right under this spot. Which I think is about the same as what it was around here where I dropped the waypoint from before, which I did just with this button. I think what I'm just trying to decide in my roundabout way of explaining it. I'm trying to decide where to put that rover. And I think I'm just going to go for around here. And just call it at that. Because I could sit here and do a bunch of orbits and really try and find... I'm going to go with this one and just say, forget it. It's good enough. Okay, let's... Boy, that was a roundabout way to get there. Let's go build a rover. Yes, you can. Oh, yes, there's the Easter egg stuff. Thank you. I meant to write that. Ahmed mentioned, yes, the Easter egg stuff. You can, with the scanner, scan for Easter eggs with the KerbNet access. I'm not going to go back there anymore. But just to explain to people, you can use that scanner for looking for anomalies. They come up as little question marks. But again, it's a lot of time warping, a lot of searching. I don't think that's an exciting way in which to spend a live stream. You can go online, of course, and look at where those things are. In fact, story, I found the Neil Armstrong tribute statue by actually looking up the... I'd never seen it before, but I heard it was out there. And I knew it was at the Apollo 11 launch site at the same longitude and latitude. So what I did is I looked up what the longitude and latitude was of the real world Apollo 11 and just made a probe to go there. So I was completely unspoiled in finding that. That was one of my more fun, I think, anomalies that I found. But most of the anomalies I think most of us find are just by actually, you know, looking them up. What's actually... Again, going to ScanSat, which seems to do it better. ScanSat actually makes it less tedious to hunt for anomalies. And you can do it that way. But anyway, I'm not going to go hunting for anomalies. I just think it's too tedious, but you can do it. Okay, Rover. Rover. That's what I said, Rover. All right, so what I want to do, I'm in the, as you can see, the hangar, because this is kind of a horizontal thing. So I'm going to go with the rover. I'm going to try and keep it simple. So I'm just going to start with, let's turn the flag off, with the Rovemate doobie, because there's, I don't want to spend all my time building something creative. I just want to build something that I know is going to be working, and maybe that's, but, you know, it's a live stream. I want to kind of go quickly, and I'm going to use... We have these wheels. Oh, they're not the same. I thought, no, these are huge. Okay, I'm going to use the Rove Max M1F. I like these. Put on the snap. 2x symmetry. And, yeah, right about. Put them about here for now. Might move them around. I like these Rover wheels. They're clearly modeled after the real world moon rovers that the Apollo astronauts used. But what I really like about them is that you can retract them underneath, which makes it really nice for packing in a fairing and getting it out there and all of that kind of stuff. And then, of course, we're going to put another pair out here. This is going to be a rover that some Kerbals are going to use, so I'm going to put a couple of seats on this thing. And I honestly find, I mean, I could put the seats, but what works really well if I always forget which, no, that way, yeah, is if I take them and use the move tool, and just slide them out, like put them at the front like this, and you can put some structure around it if it sort of bugs you that they're floating. That kind of looks like there. But first of all, you need to put them pretty widely apart because Kerbal heads are shockingly big. Everybody knows that. But also, I don't know, it's nice and out of the way and leaves kind of the whole bay here for you to put all other kinds of things, and so that's good. Now, from the thumbnail, I got some comments just before the stream started about using Kerbals as a crumple zone in a car. I guess that's true, but we're gonna drive carefully. We're gonna be good. Okay. What things do I want to put on this thing? I do need to put reaction wheels. There are no reaction wheels built into this. I also got to think about. So we're gonna use just the small ones. That's going to be more than fine. I don't know which way's right side. I don't know if it matters. You know, for control, you do want to have reaction wheels. You also need to have some. I need some form of deployment strategy, I guess is the way to word that. So what I think, I personally prefer. You know what works. I'm going to put this down without Kerbals on it, and then we'll build a lander to go to it. And I hadn't really thought about this ahead of time, and there's two things that I kind of like to do. Both of them work pretty well. One is to hide in some monopropellant. We arrive this with the mass. You can put some monopropellant tanks on this. And if you want to, if you really don't like that, actually, what's even better are the really small ones. Put on some of these, and then what you can do is you can actually, if you really just don't like looking at them, you can hide them in there so that they're completely hidden, and then you can get some of the no, controlled, Dobby. There, the linear 7 ones, the bigger ones. These ones, the linear 7 RCS thrust reports, and you can stick them on the bottom. Now you got to spend a little bit of effort to balance the thrust and all that kind of stuff, but this will actually, you can just bring it there, drop it, and you won't be landing from orbit with this, but it can do the final part of the descent just fine, and it looks relatively clean. But instead of doing that, here, let's undo the... Instead of doing that, I think I am going to do the sky crane idea. I see it coming up in the chat. I think that's kind of the cleanest idea, is to just attach rockets on the top with a decoupler. And but I wanted to put a couple of options, because one of the things I always... It's surprising to me anyway, one of the most common requests I get are... Isn't this the right... No, that's the big one. I guess I need... I'm just looking at something to clean the top of this one. I guess it's a really small part. It sure is. Okay. I'll put that on there. One of the most common requests I get is, can you do a rover video, please? Can you put a rover video? And I've done a few rover videos. I honestly don't understand the big deal. Build a lander, put wheels on it. There's your rover video. You don't have to get super creative with it. That will work. Like, I'm not doing anything complicated here. I don't think this is going to be a big deal. But anyway, let's put a decoupler. I'm going to get the TD-6 decoupler, flip it upside down. I'm going to turn the force percentage way off, and then we're going to build just kind of a tower off the top of this. I guess I'll just keep going with these guys, just like this. We'll build it nice and tall. Oh, I guess, you know what? It needs fuel, doesn't it? Silly Billy. Why don't I build it out of, like, Oscar B fuel tanks or something like that? That makes more sense. This might already be more than what you need. And then I'll get a few, back to structure. Like, go to the radial and go to 4-way symmetry. Put the snap on. That looks pretty good. And then some motors. I'm thinking these might be overkill, but these little twitch guys, I think probably will be overkill. Yeah, 5.22 thrust to weight ratio. That's on Kerbin. And 1,000 meters per second. I don't need that much. What happens if I... Okay, let's calm this down a little bit. What if I took... I mean, I guess I could go with that and just fly the whole thing there. I don't see the problem with that, but let's keep it small. Technically, all you need is something to handle the very end of the descent. What happens if I put a bunch of these little spidery engines on here? See, that's gonna be fine. 828 meters per second. That's like enough to completely get down to the moon from orbit and land. No issues. And then once you're all done, you decouple this, that flies off, and then what's left behind is a rover. Now I'm gonna still add some stuff to it, so this might not be quite done yet. So let's add some stuff. We got. I'm not gonna put any of the scanner arms. There's 3 scanner arms? I never knew that. That's medium and large. Again, all this stuff. Wow, that thing's huge. Oh my god. Well, I would just put 2 of them on there, but oh my gosh. I had no idea there was such a large scanner. Anyway, I'm being distracted. Maybe a scanner. Well, we'll see. Because nah, let's not get distracted. Okay. I want to put on, where's the stupid surface scanner McDob? For some reason. This one. The surface scanning module. Nut. One-way symmetry. I think I'm going to just stick it right here at the end. Just like so. It's got a cute little screen on it. But basically the main thing it does is it gives you your longitude, your latitude, and what biome you're in. And I think it'll tell you the resource percentage if I'm not mistaken. Maybe not. Does the RoadMate have CurveNet access? CurveNet access? I can say words. We're going to have to think about batteries and electricity in a moment, too. It does not. So, oh, no, it does have CurveNet access. Okay. So you get different field of views. Ah. See, I'm learning things. Maybe I don't need that. So I was also thinking about putting on this fella, but I don't think I need it. Oh, because I need to detect... Oh, no, but this will... Ah, frickety frack. This detects ore percentage, does it not? It does. So I think this is good. I think this is good. I think this is all I need. Now, I do need some batteries. And I need some solar panels. So I got to think about how that's all going to work. Don't forget headlights. Yes, and power generation and all that stuff. You're right. And you need a larger rover with a mobile lab and Science Junior and goo canisters. Yeah, if I really want to. Maybe on the base. You know, like maybe this is just a temporary scouting rover. That's what we'll do. We'll call this the Scout. And then maybe when the base is all in place, we'll give it like a really big rover that Kerbals can get inside and all that kind of stuff. That'd be pretty cool. But this is just to get us started, to scout out a good spot for the base. That's its whole entire purpose. Anyway, back to wheels, because that's your biggest source of electricity drain are these wheels. And these wheels use up, while they're working, of course, but still, 1 unit of electric charge per second. And clearly I got 4 of them. So it'd be nice, if I'm careful, it's only while you're actually working them. I don't know if I need to generate as much as 4 units of electric charge. So maybe if I just put on a whole pile of batteries. I mean, heck, you can just put, like, oh, those are huge. What if I just put, these are 100 each, of course. What if I just did something like this, like boom. That's 400. That's 600. There's 800 units of electric charge at 4 per second. That would take a long time, 200 seconds. At all 4 wheels all going full blast. I don't think I need to worry too much about that. I don't like using deployable solar panels because you're going to end up, at least if you're anything like me, you're going to roll the rover. So I do have, except these are pretty big, but, oh my god. These are 2.8 each. If I use those, I'll never have trouble with. These are 0.3. Trying to decide what's my best plan. Oh, wait. Take the snap off. They're going to be better. Yeah. What if I just fill up the entire top of this And I can also do the little tower part. We'll clean it up in a little bit. So that's 8. For 8 times 3 is 24. 2.4 units of electric charge per second. And then what you can do as well... I'm a big fan of the oxats. I don't see a problem with the oxats. Oh, I need to go radial, 6-way symmetry. This is why it's nice to have all the deck space. Let me put the snap on for a second. Again, no plan, no plan. I'll do my best to read the chat. I might want to extend these out a little bit, because this exhaust might be occluded by the rover itself. But I'm just thinking, we'll give her a test drive on the surface of Kerbal too. But I'm honestly, you know, leave it kind of tucked in like that. Just trying to clean them up a little bit. I honestly don't care if there's a little bit of... like so. A little bit like so. This way. There we go. That's clearly got to be enough. Put some RTGs on it. Last time I put RTGs on something, people got really critical and said, I'm spending too much money. But yeah, you could put RTGs on it. RTGs solve everything. I'm going to move these up. I don't like how... Actually, wait. What are the different textures on this? They're always going to have that little bump there, isn't it? It's gold. Oh, shoot. Back to this. Oh, maybe that little bump there is not so bad. I can live with that. Let's move these back down. A little bit. Why are you being that way? There it goes. Okay. Okay, this is a scouting rover. Let's save it. 2.4 units of electric charge per second only at noon. Well, not really, because... well, that's this part, and then... I don't know. I figure it'll balance out. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna... yeah, let's keep... let's make it all 4 wheels steer for now. What are the different variants on this? We got white. I like this with the janky, whatever that is on the back. Like a piece of cardboard. Or we just have that. Let's go that one with the janky fender, and this one's just blank. And the fender's only here so Kerbals won't stick their arms in there. There we go. Let's see what this is. Okay, we need some headlights. Headlights. So, headlights. Illuminator Mark 1. Let's go with just one of these. Put the snap on. It'll go right between them. It needs to be higher than that, or else it's only pointing... whoops, I pushed the wrong one. That one. I think I just made the headlight the root part. I'm gonna make this probe body the root part, of course. Now the color variants... oh wait, you know what I do have? Give me that headlight. Why is it being weird? There. I do have the simple paint. Is there a nice color I can use here that goes nice with the gold? It's that, or it's just black and white. Purple, yellow. Yeah, I think I just... white. White's no good. I'm just going to go with the old black that was there before. So there's our headlight. And then at the back, we're going to put a couple of brake lights. Yeah, this is nowhere near the center. Move that over. And for brake lights, of course, they got to be red. And what we're gonna do, I got some color variants there, that works okay. And we're gonna go to action groups. We're gonna take them right off the light action group. We're gonna toggle them to the brake action group. So every time I brake, I got lights. There we go, that's that. Oh yeah, I wanted to push these ant engines out a little bit. I haven't looked at my Delta V in a little bit. Not sure if that's gonna be problematic or not. We'll put this into orbit too and make sure that it flies okay. So 676 thrust away to 0.85. This in no way agrees. How can these... Oh, this is not on vacuum. That's right. 754, which is close to around making a landing, but I'll just put some extra fuel on it on the bottom and we'll just dump that tank. I'm thinking this will work. I'm thinking this will work. Yeah, I think this is good. Yeah, I could probably put on less solar panels, but I'm kind of liking what I got. Let's put a couple of people in it, and we'll see what we got. So we're gonna save, and I'm simply putting this onto the runway. We're just gonna drive around and make sure there isn't anything critical that I'm missing. You want to put a scanner arm, says Jacob. You know what? We'll put a maybe put a big rover down some point. The problem with the scanner arm is some of the contracts you get say to use this specific scanner arm, and then that's annoying because you know you don't have I can get the words out. You know, then if you don't have the right scanner arm, you can't do it. So okay, so here we go. Oh, I'm gonna move these guys a little further apart just so that there's some room for the headlight, or maybe move the headlight up. I could do that too. That's another option, but let's see how this works. So one thing that you want to do is if we find the reaction wheels. One of the issues with a rover is if, oh shoot, I meant to pin that. This is a little bit of a pro tip, is if I put on SAS, take the brakes off, and I start to push, it wants to, okay, and put the brake, but you can see it wanting to pitch forward because I'm pushing the W key to go forward, but W with SAS is also pitch forward, and on Kerbal it's not so bad, but on the Mun it's worse, and on Minmus it's even worse than that, and you can easily just roll the whole thing over, is if you take the reaction wheels and put them on SAS only mode, then it doesn't do pitch and roll and yaw anymore with the rover. So now if I press W, oh, I take the brakes off. Now if I press W, I don't get that forward pitching thing. So whenever you have a rover, go find the reaction wheels and put them on SAS only. Now, that doesn't help when it comes to rolling, but I find most of the time when I roll, it's because I'm trying to steer and the pitch is wanting to roll. I think this is fine. I mean, I'm being a little abusive. Okay, and then we'll brake. I got my brake lights. Okay. Let's return back. Let's just clean a couple things up and then we'll call it. The wheels look weird? Think my wheels look weird? It's because a little bit of what's that? It looks like they found an old map and just kind of banged it on something that broke, which I rather like. It'd be kind of neat. Oh, one's on the front, one's on the back. You know what I should do is take this one, remove the symmetry. Can I remove the symmetry here? Remove the symmetry and put that one on that. There, I like that. So this one looks like it's had a repair on it, and this one's still like that. I like that. Okay, I wanted to move the seats a little further apart. Because I found the Kerbals were just a little too close together. Should I just... maybe... Yeah, let's take... and I thought about taking the light. Let's build a little bit of a stand for it. So I'm going to get, I guess, just some cubic struts. And another one. And then put the light. Now it really does need to be... Oh, there isn't a gray option. There was a grayer one there. Oh, wait, if I put it on white... Yeah, that's the... Okay, now it's better because it's not got the black texture under it. Oh, that's way better. That kind of works. Can I change these colors? Like the cubic? Oh, there's nothing to do with that. Okay. Let's get back to that gray one I saw. There we go. Now it's kind of tucked in there. That works for me. That works for me. Okay. Oh, yeah, I didn't look for the electricity. You know what? I'm sure it'll be fine. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to retract this. Retract that. That looks okay. Yeah. And we're going to make sure our Kerbals aren't in here anymore because they're not going to go flying with it. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to do. Boopity boop boop boop. I wanted to make sure that these can... Yes. Let's actually... Yeah. Save this. I'm going to launch one more time. I want to make sure that there's no exhaust occultation. Nathan's asking, is there any reason to use the Rovemate core instead of structural panels? The answer is no. It's just, it's just laziness, really. It's just there, and, you know, you can just, it's just there for you to use, so it's nice and easy. That's really the only reason. Oh, I have no, oh yeah, because it's just the Rovemate. Once I have some Kerbals on here, it'll be better. Okay, we'll put this on. I only have SAS without any of the locking features. And we need to change... See, this is a good thing to find out now. The control point, that's better. Yeah. Because when this thing's flying like a rocket, you don't want that. And I'll probably disable these wheels. Oh, just put the brakes on, and then that disables the wheels. And if I put the gear... Oh, dear. Gear. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. I want to just fire up the engines. That's all I want to do. So, boom. And I can see my speed increasing a reasonable rate. So I don't think we're dealing with much in the way of... You can, if the exhaust is blocked by these ports, you will affect your thrust. And the thrust might be being affected a little bit, but I can clearly see it's not bad because of the rate at which my speed is increasing and the G's that I'm pulling, so I think we're fine. That's all I wanted to check. Revert flight back to spaceplane hangar. Yeah, the symmetry's the issue on the front tire, but I like the... That's what happened there. Let's retract that. There we go. That's better. I like the slight asymmetry in the textures. I'm a fan. Okay, saving. Going to here, and we're building a rocket for it. So I got the 752. That is a little, yeah, for my landings, it's a little bit tight, but if I put a booster on there to get it out there, 860 plus, here, I'm going to get my calculator out. It's 860 to get to the moon, plus 280 for the capture, plus about another 1,000 for the high part of the launch insertion. I got about 2140. If I add on the... Yeah, no, I think 752 should be fine for the landing. If I add on the 725 for the landing, I'm going to get 1725 for my budget for the next stage. If the total budget's up to that. So I'm going to put on... We're going to put a really ugly fairing on this. I just want to warn people. Let's go right now with the TD-12 decoupler. Just because I know... Oh, that doesn't even fit under there. Very nice. Okay, the TD-6 decoupler. And we're going to build downwards. So how about... if I get into you, that ooh. Now that's like a 2.5 meter part underneath there, isn't it? Like what? I think this is too much. Oh, that's not. Okay, where's that wolfhound? Or the skiff? Looking for something with a good vacuum delta V. That's too big. There's a wolf. This one. Yes. No. Okay, I'm gonna go back to. Let's arrange these by size. I want a 1 point. Oh, the cheetah will probably sit good under there. There we go. So I'm looking for a total. Oh, that's way too much. 1720. It's way too much. Okay, let's calm this down. Let's go to here. Go to here. No, not tiers. Sizes. I want to go. You know what? I probably should just find. I was looking for a fuel. Like there's. Okay. This is more like the idea. That's going to a 1.25 meter size. And then if I go to here and go to fuel tanks, go to here, and then just something boring like a Terrier. Really? That's 2,400 mountains and mountains of thrust. What happens if I just stick a Terrier under that? Why did that not count on here? Oh, because that's just a structural part, you big galoomy. It's not a fuel tank. That's 1734. I can't. Wait a minute. I'm doing my calculating again. That's a little live math here. 860 plus 280 for the capture plus 1725 is what I budget for the landing. 1865 is what I'm looking for, so I'm almost there. And again, mountains of thrust. What happens if I switch this just to like a spark? Just a little baby spark engine. I don't need anything that big. There's 1916, still plenty of I'm going with this. This is it. This is my little transporter out there. This is all she's going to need. Okay, I'm going to just put a little structural part just down there on the bottom. Not you. You. Beautiful. Beautiful. There. What else do you need in life? That's all you need. There we go. So, there we go. Yeah, 1882. I think that should be fine. I think so. So, but what we need to do is clearly enclose this in somehow. So, I'm pretty happy with that. So, that will get me from the upper part of Kerbin's atmosphere all the way down to the moon's surface. So now I need to enclose this in some way. So I need another TD-60 coupler. And I suppose at this point, really a fairing. And probably... Is this going to be okay? I get mocked, especially on my shorts, about my fairings. And probably with good reason. Oh, why'd you do that to me? Why? Oh, I know what I need to do to keep that from happening. I need to get into the Rove Mate thingy. And I need to change the control point to up. So the default is up, because that's what we're going to need for the first bit. Does that look... I don't think it's all stupid. I don't think it's all stupid. So if I take that and I add on about... I'm thinking, again... oh, wait a second. That's why my math is so bad. Oh my gosh. Live math is great, isn't it? That will get... But I want to do another 1,000 on this. Sorry. Maybe a bigger tank's in order. I want to handle the upper part of the atmospheric insertion. So 18, more like 28, 65? More like what I'm interested in. And maybe... because I forgot about the upper part of the atmospheric insertion. That's way too much. That's better. That's better. Let's throw that away. Oops. A couple of balls of death. Maybe actually put the balls of death up here. I can justify now sliding these in because this is a structural part on the top without any... so there's space inside it for that. Okay, there we go. Now let's put the fairing back on. So that is 28.9. Yeah, I'm much happier with that. Okay, and so that plus get in orbit again. Calculator time. I don't know. I'm about 54, 55 for a total 100 or yeah 100. Okay, I gotta rebuild the fairing. Okay, so we're gonna come up around the wheels, around that, around that. Okay, there's something clicking somewhere. There, there. 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 And on the top. Come on, close it. Close. There we go. Okay, there it is. There she is. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's get into some fuel tanks and building this thing up. So I'm in the 1.875 meter size, which are these fellas. Here. These fellas, right? Yeah, but I got a longer one than that, don't I? Don't know my own parts. The FLTX9. No, that cannot be my biggest. My biggest. That's huge, yeah. Wow, I can't believe... no, there it is. That's what I'm looking for. And that's the... yeah. Let's put a couple of these on here. Some kind of like a bobcat on the bottom. How big is that? That's... yeah, that's already way too big. And it is a lot of thrust, so that is fine. Let's reduce this one then to the next one down. It's going to be a single stager. Well, two stage. This is like the upper stage. Oh, it's still too big. What about this? Jeepers creepers, that's about it. I'm just going to do this. Just like that. Flip this around. Overbuilt, but overbuilt's never bad. She's a stubby fella. Might want... yeah, this is going to require me to redo the fairing again, but I'm thinking a pair of reaction wheels right here is probably a good idea. Like that. And yeah, I'm going to have to rebuild the fairing. I'll do that in a second. And some smallish tail fins. Four of those like that. Color them dark. Let's put them here so they're like so, like so, like so, like so. Build the fairing. some reason it really wants to. There. 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 And 4 sides. Up the force. Clamshell deploy. It looks funny, doesn't it? Okay, so where's the fairing and the staging? It will go before this, before this. Yeah, that's about the right spot for it. And all that. And what's the, oh, that's for the sky crane at the end. And yeah, lots of Delta V. Hey, Lunar Martin, glad you made it. We are building a little rover with my rather, yeah, it's what it is. It's what it is. I can't wait till I put this on a short and I get comments on what that fairing looks like, but we'll just leave that as that. Turn down the thrust here. Oh yeah, I got gimbling on this guy too, but that's good. Oh wait, Atmo, dummy. That's good. No Kerbals, right? So let's see, what am I forgetting here? An antenna. There's a good idea. This thing is going to need to communicate with home. It's going to need to phone home. We're going to stick it right. You know what? I'm going to do it here. Put 1. Do that. And we'll slide that, and it'll look like it's coming off of the thing at the back, which I think is fine. Yeah, I like it. Okay, action groups. We'll put the deployment of that antenna on action group 0, and on action group 5 we will toggle the fairing. But otherwise, make sure the sky crane doesn't drain before the ascent transfer tank is used up. No, it should be good. I think everything should be good. I think it should be fine. I think I got this paced out right. This thing should go empty as we're on our descent. That's the whole idea. And then we'll flip over to the sky crane for the rest of the descent. And then at the end of it, whatever fuel's left over in the sky crane, we'll just go. You know, and if people are worried, got some funny thrust to weight ratio. That says 0.94. That's fine. I'm not worried. Famous last words. Yeah, just do that. Do that. Do that. We'll take this out of the staging so I don't have to look at it. Fairing stage there. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. I'm gonna launch. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go and see what's happening. Yeah, it's not a big rocket, but it's not really that big a payload, a little rover like this. And then we'll see if we can slap together a lander. And we'll bring the lander to the station rather than bring the lander to the surface. And then on the station, we'll pick up a couple of Kerbals. That's kind of the idea. So this, right now, is just going to make it into orbit. I'm thinking... Oh my gosh. Okay, let's just do it. What's the worst that could happen? So, boom. Up. Okay, up is good. Up is good. Picture over. There is a lot of attitude control. It wants to go that way for some reason. Oh, I don't have lock to prograde, of course. Oh my gosh, this is going to be a pain. I should have put a better prograde. Oh my gosh. I don't even have lock to prograde. Oh, well, I'll live with my decision now. But if I were to do this again, I would stick on a small probe body just to give me some of this. I forgot because it's just the robe mate that's doing everything. That's a pain. No lock to prograde for me. And I don't want to take it off the SAS because I do not trust the aerodynamics of this thing with the great big ginormous fairing. I am coming too shallow. I am coming too shallow. Too shallow for me. Because I was spending all my time looking here instead of looking up there. So we'll sort of keep it towards the top of the Navball. I don't trust the aerodynamics of this. With good reason, I think. Because sometimes what I do is just turn off SAS and let the aerodynamics steer the rocket, but I don't trust it. Okay, I'm going to throttle down. About 50 seconds away. I'm going to try and sort of see it, keep it here. Like that. Yeah, this would have been a lot better with just the addition of a small probe body to give me all the lock twos, which I should have realized was going to happen because I did test it, didn't I? Silly Billy. That's okay. We'll get it there. We'll massage it to its destination one way or another. Yeah, I'm very shallow. Let's just kind of hold this attitude for a while. In fact, let's give it a little more thrust. At least until the flamey flames are gone. Oh, I'm out. I'm dry. Oh, no! Oh, so, okay. What happened there? What happened there? The main tank went dry, and I staged, and the fairing wasn't deployed, so the upper stage just drove straight into the fairing. All right. What we're gonna do, I'm gonna live with that. I'm not gonna revert to launch. We're gonna go, we're gonna go to the Space Center. I mean, I could revert back to if there were Kerbals aboard, I'd revert back to the VAB and stuff. But you know what? You gotta have something explode every once in a while. You gotta do something dumb. Something dumb. Every once in a while, something dumb's gotta happen. Okay, so what we can do, we can go back in here. We're gonna try it again. All right, so I got this thing makes me laugh. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, let's just take I want to put a little probe body in here, and likely the best plan is right here. Take that off. Little probe body, the little Octo 2 probe core right there. And I'm going to make, here, let's put this back. Right side up would be good. And we can move these solar panels down a little bit. Like that. And then what I want to do is make that probe body there, the root part. So we're going to be controlling from that Octo. I don't think that was completely necessary, but I don't think it's a bad idea either. I think the fairing is still okay. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, we got some funky things happening with the staging all of a sudden. That and that go together. Oh, wow. This needs to go here. That and that. No, yes, that's right. And what are these two? Okay. No, that's, yes, that's right. So that lower one needs to go there. There we go. And that's fixed up our staging a little bit. All right. And it's funny how it thinks the thrust to weight is so terrible up here, but you know what I'm going to do too is I'm going to hide just a little bit more fuel in this upper stage, I think. Just a little bit more. It doesn't hurt to have a little more. I guess the smallest I got. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of these. We'll go with three-way symmetry. Don't like where that is, so I'm going to cheat this. Well, it's not cheating. I'm just going to stick it here. That. Take the snap off. We'll kind of tuck them in a little bit. Just for looksies. Now I got a little bit more delta V. Probably the lower thrust. That's not bad. Not terrible. Okay. I'm going to try this again. Saving it. Going over staging once again. I think that's all good. Okay, save. Launch. Hesitation. Hesitation. Oh, that's very true. Nathan says that I could have just put the probe body on top of the crane. That would have been really smart. Because the actual rover doesn't need a probe body. It'll have Kerbals in it by then. But you know what? Actually, no. Sorry, he's 100% right. Revert back to flight. Oh my god. I need the probe body on the sky crane because the sky crane, at least for a small period of time, has to fly autonomously. For goodness sakes. Yes. This isn't going to work. You dope. Okay, so let's make this the root part. Oh no. What are you doing to me? There we go. This comes off. This goes back. This has to go on top here. Make it the root part. Because this sky crane has to fly autonomously. Silly person. There we go. Now, that means it probably should have an antenna of some kind. In the middle would be nice. I think it's underneath there. It is. So we'll put that antenna. So we'll have 2 antennas on here. And some batteries. Because it's, yeah. Oh my gosh. So toggle the antenna on 0. So we got 2 antennas and some electricity. Oh boy. Everything is ill-conceived on this. Okay. So, and then a couple of batteries should be fine. Because this has got to fly autonomously for a little bit. When it steps off, when it drops the rover and then, you know, does its thing. Okay, am I sensible here now? No, the staging's messed up again. So this is off to here. These 2 are together. That makes sense. This and this, and the lower one goes there. That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. Thrust to weights are still fine. Delta V's are still fine. Third try. Third try. Drag! Drag schmag. This is Kerbal Space Program. Just push it through. Alright, alright, alright. This one's the one. This one's the one. This one's the one. Okay, sure. Boom, and boom. Off we go. Now I got my locks to progrades and stuff. I'm sorry. I don't know. I shouldn't be so dismissive of drag, because it's not. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Let's pitch over. Pitch over, silly person. Lock. So no, like drag's a thing, and I don't know. I'm a bang it together, especially during live streams. To me, it's about banging it together, making it good enough, and getting it to work. And for other people, it's about, you know, really making it as sleek and efficient as you possibly can. And I respect that. I should respect that. But for a live stream, you guys don't want to watch me for 2 hours, like, you know, worrying too much about shape. And it's about getting it up there. Getting the mission done. At least I think so. Okay, there we go. We're locked to prograde now. 90-degree heading. Not going up too steeply. Watch the fairing. So I got to make sure the fairing is deployed before this tank runs out, regardless. So that's an interesting situation. I might have to deploy the fairing early. Didn't really think about that because the upper stage is inside the fairing. Might be a dumb design on that part. But Oh well. And yeah, so speaking about drag, if I have to deploy this fairing early, that's going to be some drag. So maybe a steeper ascent is not a bad plan to just get up into the thinner part of the atmosphere as quickly as we can. Alright, 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 alright. So I'm holding at about 55 seconds to apoapsis. Huh? I'm pretty good. I'm keeping a better eye on this. Because if this gets close to having to stage, and I haven't deployed the fairing yet, I should most certainly deploy the fairing. To avoid what happened last time. About 250 meters per second left in this lower stage. It's pretty darn close to being empty. I think we're close enough. So 5 for the fairing. There we go. That's that. And come on. No. Gonna wait for that stage to end. I'm ready for you this time. And now we're on the mighty little spark engine. I'm gonna put the throttle up because that engine's pretty wussy. Pretty wussy, wimpy little engine. Noticing I'm off my heading. It was 89 degrees, so I'm just sort of pulling it southwards a little bit. I'm also watching this tine to apoapsis, so I'm pitching up a bit too. I don't want this time to go down. Let's try locking it back on prograde again. Still 89 degrees. I don't like that. Why do you like that? Look this way. Can actually reduce throttle a little bit. What's my inclination like? Oh, it's 0.1. Must be just barely 89. Lock it back on. What's it now? 90 degrees. That's what I want. Okay. Yeah, we're all good. Yeah, you always with these upper stage motors want to go with a small, obviously a vacuum rated motor, but something as small as you can get away with. Make these upper stages as light as you can, and it saves you on the whole rocket. The lighter you can make the top of the rocket, the whole bottom becomes smaller. Okay. I'm just waiting until this says 80, and then I'm cutting it. There we go. Did not cover this with my customary blinky lights, but I suppose that's okay. That back to prograde. Are you ready for Starship on Friday? Sure. I'm up for that. The last one was sure entertaining. I make no predictions though. Okay, let's start circularizing. There we go. Normal vector for solar panel. Oh, let's deploy our antennas. They're on 0 there. That looks okay. Really don't need this one, but I'm going to keep it there. You know what? I should actually reduce that one. Like, let's retract that one. I'm more thinking about when this takes off. I don't want something there that somehow something might bonk into it. I'm just realizing, too, there are no reaction wheels up here at all. So that's going to... have no control when I let go. That's okay. It's what it is. Okay, let's get to the moon. Yeah, it would have been a good idea to put some small reaction wheels on that sky crane so that you could actually steer it. Instead, it's just going to do what it's going to do once I stage it, which could be entertaining. Okay. Focus our view on the moon. So what I'm aiming for is that waypoint. That's the plan. So we're going to come around in a prograde direction. And I'm not going to go for a polar orbit, but I will put it in an inclined orbit. Do I have a latitude? You know what I do have? I have Waypoint Manager, and there it is, Werner's Dawn. It's at a latitude of 28 degrees, so I want my orbit about the moon to at least have an inclination of 22 degrees, probably a little lower, because that will allow me to access this. So I got to put, but I'll do that with a correction. What am I doing? Let's just try and make this as efficient as I can. Yeah, and a little bit out. So we'll put ourselves 12 kilometer apoapsis we're shooting for. I'm going to be doing a correction anyway, so it's not like it's critical. Okay. Back to here. And yeah, that's it. So 1 minute and 14 second burn. A little bit of a quick save. And let's do it. Let's get to it. Okay, let's check what, now that I'm going into the night for the first time. Hey, streaming mode. There we go. Don't have a lock to the maneuver node function on that little probe body I have. So I'll have to do that part manually. Yeah, no. The only lights I have, I can put on the lights, but actually it's just the one big headlight, so that's not really doing much. I do have brake lights. Put the brakes on, it's probably a good idea. There's some lights. Okay, where are we? Okay. So at least when I land, those wheels won't be turning. Okay, 15 seconds. Let's time warp a little bit closer. And go. There's something that's not, I can feel a little, go to here. Oh, no, yeah, there's a little bit of an imbalance somewhere. A little bit of an, I saw the pitch, pitch things over just a little bit, so that's not surprising. I mean, it's not like this thing was built with symmetry in mind. Or maybe just this guy here, maybe, I don't know. I didn't even look at how much weight that is on the end there. Or the command seats at the other end. And, oh yeah, we're fine fuel-wise. That's not going to be an issue. Okay, so we're just going to come in, do this. Rover's nose heavy, yeah. Yeah, that might be right. I think that makes sense. Well, let's actually take a look. So if it's nose heavy, that means the command seats are heavier than the scanner, which I think makes some sense. Let's slow this down. Here it comes. Good enough. Yeah, the command seats. It's the command seats at the front of this thing. I think you're right in the chat, Maxim, that these guys are heavier and it's making it. Oh, well, and then there's the big light. Yeah, there's more weight here than there is on this side. And now that I'm looking at it, yeah, of course there is. Okay, so what I want to do is a little bit of a correction. Again, I'm shooting for an inclination of at least 28, but obviously more is better. But not crazy more. It doesn't have to be, so, you know. Let's play with the timing here a little bit. Whoops. Pop up the scale. Whoa, what did I do? What did I just push? Back on the maneuver. I think I don't know what just happened there. Let's focus back. Oh, okay. I popped it. What did I do? Oh, I only popped the head 200 seconds. What on? Why is this like way? Okay, stop. Okay, I'm deleting that maneuver. I don't know what I pushed. I'm gonna try that again. Add a maneuver. I'm gonna focus this on the moon. That was really weird. And all I did was I thought I just pushed ahead 200 seconds, but maybe I did something else. I don't know. But anyway, we're going to put a little bit of angle to this, a little bit of normal. And now pop ahead 200 seconds. Did I push ahead in orbit? Maybe I pushed ahead in orbit. I did in orbit. Okay. Yeah, well, it's me. What am I going to say? You can see how moving this around really not affecting this too much. So I don't think it's a big deal exactly where I have it. So I'm just going to get some angle, and we'll use the retrograde to bring it in. Let's use a little bit of the radial to bring it in like that. And again, I'm shooting for 28-degree inclination. You can see it better from this angle here. Let's go from more closer to 45, and then I don't have to worry about it. Of course, going the right way. Whoops. Oh, okay, I need a little... Fine, be that way. Let's take the radial part out, because the radial's turning into too much. Try it with a little bit of prograde. That'll do better. Yeah. There, that's clearly enough. Right? Oh, yeah. That'll do it. Okay. All right, so 25 meter per second burn. Quick save. Let's do it. And, oh, I need to... The burn time's only a second, so... Yeah, when I'm designing my rockets, I'm slapping it together. But suddenly when I'm performing maneuvers and figuring them out, that's when I'm like, oh no, I need to get this exactly to be that. So we're all meticulous about different things. Okay, that is that. And I don't have to wait for this 30 seconds to run out because it wasn't a critical burn. So I'm just going to push this up. And that periapsis should pop out of the moon. Sure would be nice if it did. And I'll just bring it till it says about, I don't know, 11 kilometers or so. Sure. There we go. Okay. That should do it. Let's get out there. Time warp. Oh no, that's not what I want. Ah! I just want time warp to here. Warp to here. There we go. Here comes the moon. I don't need you. And we'll go until we are in here. Just waiting for the... Okay, what? Why did that time warp just stop? It's still not... What? Oh, I didn't set... Go away. Game thought... whatever. Okay, there we go. We just got the... Whoa! Our normal vector just changed because our orbit's so inclined. Put this back on here. Excuse me. All right. What is our inclination? 47 degrees. It needed to be at least 28. So 47 is at least 28. So that'll be fine. play around with the timing. There we go. Yep. Okay. And got to put the thrust back up on this little fella. Oh, we still have tons of fuel, so I'm over good. Over good. Better over good than under good. Okay, let's get there. Do I make myself goals? Gabriel Wild is asking, do I make myself goals for after I complete the tech tree? And that's a really good question, because typically in my games, once I'm around completing the tech tree, it's time for me to start another game. That's usually when I stop. So that's why I have very little experience with the tech that's towards the end of the tech tree. Sometimes I stop before that because, you know, back in the day when KSP was updating all the time, there'd be a new update and I'd want to start that and start a new career with that, or I'd learn about some new mods and I'd start with new mods. And so I was constantly restarting the game, so I don't tend to stay with the same career for very long. This is actually kind of an exception for me, playing as long as I have without the tech tree. And I like having the contracts. I like having the game setting goals instead of me setting goals. I don't do well in a sandbox game. I think it's just a shocking lack of imagination on my part. That probably is the culprit. Okay, here we go. So that's why, like, for instance, KSP2, let's just lock this to retrograde. KSP2, I'm really not playing it. I mean, one has to do with, of course, the bugs, but the other part of it is just simply that it is a pure sandbox game right now, and I just don't find myself having that much fun in a sandbox game. Sorry, I gotta fix this a little bit. I would rather the game tell me what to do. And then me figuring out how to do it. It's a crappy orbit, but I don't care. That's just me. I just want to set this up for solar panel purposes this way. Definitely going to do an F5 here. So I'm very excited, by the way. Well, very excited. I'm cautiously optimistic. That's what always my term is. Cautiously optimistic. Let's activate that navigation point. So I want to land there. Oh boy, I don't want to land in the dark, so I guess I'm going to time warp until it comes all the way around on this side. So I'm cautiously optimistic about the science update on KSP2. I'm going to be jumping back into KSP2 when that science update comes out. I've heard a lot of bugs have been squashed, but I'm still not playing because, again, I just don't have that much interest in playing a sandbox game. But once there's any kind of campaign there, I'm going to be all over it. Would you go on a one-way trip to Mars? No. I mean, why? Because I don't want to die. That's about it. Dying and being on Mars, the two don't equate. Living's better. Yeah. So no. I'm not people that talk about the fact that they're going to land on Mars for a first time and then have a great big base there and everyone's going to live happily ever after. And it's like, I don't buy it. I just don't. I'm sorry. I think if you go to Mars without a plan on coming back, you're a dead person. Now, you know, maybe someday they'll have hotels there for me with comfy beds, but I don't think that day's anytime soon. Good question, though. So anyway, I'm just slowly. Okay, I think I'm gonna go for it on this one. I was just trying to. I hate the fact that it's kind of like a sunrise landing here, but I think it's what it is. I don't have to be right on that waypoint. I really just kind of slapped down that waypoint last time, but we'll try and get reasonably close to it. I got a lot of delta V, so that's a good thing. I mean, there's 872 meters per second of delta V on this thing. That's going to be pretty good. So I'm going to come in a little closer than I normally. I like to come in really shallow, but I'm already in a pretty low orbit. This ain't bad. Okay, let's cut it here. Put it on retrograde. This is already on surface for some stupid reason. We'll cut a little bit of this. I think I'm going to need to... Oh, what I should do... Am I focused on the moon? I am. Let's put on that ore. Let's see our ore. I mean, really, that's the main thing I'm interested in is... There. Landing just kind of in this zone. That's all I really care about. Okay. Let's see. Let's see our waypoint coming up. It is pretty good. It's been a while since I've done a powered landing. I'm trying to think when the last one was in this live stream. It's been a little bit. No, let's keep pushing it. We come in pretty shallow. The more shallow you come in, let's cut it. The more efficient you are. Obviously, also the whole suicide burn thing adds to the efficiency too. Okay, let's just make sure this staging, because this is going to have to happen pretty quick. And that is this decoupler that's under here. Yes, not that decoupler. Okay, so we got our waypoint coming up. It's in 60 kilometers. This information, by the way, is coming from the Waypoint Manager mod, which is, I guess, yeah, this is a little bit of a quality of life thing. If I get into the settings here, where is I want a heading to target. There we go. This is beautiful, a heading to target. If I add 180 to this, so that is 303, that tells me with the retrograde vector, if I have this on 303, right, that's pointing right at where the target is, which I think is pretty cool. I like that. So I need to actually pull. I can see, oh, this waypoint's really bonkers. But I need to pull it this way, I think. Notice how the waypoint's moving back and forth on the Navball? Oh, that's because it's on the other side of the Navball. I have ghosted. That's what that is. That's what that is. Okay, let's... I think I need to pull it more this way. What do we got here? It's close enough. For goodness sakes, I don't need to land right on it. Oh, I should be kind of glancing at my terrain and kind of thinking about what looks promising. Because I don't want to be in one... Like, again, the whole idea is going to be around a base here somewhere. You know what? I'm changing my mind. Here, I'm going to push this. I'm going to go try and see if I can get it over this way. Oh! That stage is dead. I got to really watch this. Be careful. Be careful, dude. You do not have all the fuel in the world. I'm thinking about in here somewhere. I'm just kind of abandoning the rover, or this spot, because it just looks too... Well, maybe... Oh. Okay, no, I've committed myself now. Okay, just kill it. Let's just kill and go down. Kill and go down. This might not have been the best plan. Now that I'm looking in here, it's maybe not as... I think the low sunlight reflecting off of all the terrain scatter is really making it look kind of nasty. But I actually kind of want to come down here. I just didn't want to get in there, but I'm thinking I probably could have. But you know what? We got a rover, so we can drive it over there. So this is going to be good. Oh, how about the gear? That'd be a good idea. So I'm just killing my velocity. I'm watching my altitude too. I want to get this retrograde vector up to the top, and I'm just going to put this down. I think we're okay. There we go. Okay, let's let that go. Put a light on. I have no landing lights or anything, so it's a low light situation. It's a low light situation. Probably killed off a little bit too much speed there, but that's okay, I think. So kind of abandoned that waypoint. Let's slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Reaction wheels are crazy good. Oh, right on a rock. pair of rocks. Little rough. That's a little rough, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm going to leave all the lights on and stuff just for... it'll help the Kerbals find it. So, I mean, I deliberately went away from that, so maybe I shouldn't knock myself away too much. But it's on the surface. That's all that matters. Okay, now comes the fun part of getting rid of this thing. And I'm going to quick save because I've had these kind of go bad. So let's put this here. And I'm going to... rather than, well, no, I can stage and throttle up. I think that's probably the best plan, but, well, we'll see what happens. Remember, there are no reaction wheels on this, so this could be entertaining. So we're going to stage and just go. Hopefully we won't crash back into our rover. So stage. There we go. And yeah, I have no ability. Oh, wait, there's gimbaling. I got gimbals. I got gimbals. Ha ha. I was worried I was going to... There we go. I'm happy with that. As long as I don't come back down onto onto that, then I'm fine. That went okay. It's pretty high. We're up to almost 30 kilometers, and then we're going to come down. Let's just watch that happen. Oh, Kerbal Engineer does show your projected landing spot. That's very true, John. I just didn't turn that on. But well, that's okay. Okay. So we're just, this is gonna blow up and die, and then what time is it? Let's get started on a lander. I'm not convinced. We'll see how far we get with it. Boom. Okay, that's good. So we should have, if I go to map view and put on rovers. No, I don't care. Rover. Oh, I'm not sure. Is it a rover? It is, right here. I can't switch to it. Okay, we're going to just trust that that's okay where it is. That everything's fine. And we're going to go back to the Space Center. We're going to see if... Turn off those lights. John says turn off the lights. The thing with... yeah, you might have a good point. The thing with KSP is resources aren't depleting when it's not the active vessel. So right now those batteries are not depleting. But maybe I should turn off the lights. Because it could be a situation where I do get within render distance and then suddenly, you know, and we'll take a look at it. We'll make sure everything's okay anyway. Probably a good idea. Now, Kerbalism, if you had Kerbalism installed, that's a completely different game. Kerbalism keeps track of all that stuff, whether the vessel's rendered or not. It even keeps track of how the solar panels are oriented, and you can do yourself some hurt. Okay, what is SAS off? That is just weird. Okay, let's put on the antenna. I am not connected, but no, I don't have I think I have limited probe control, so let's extend the antenna here. I just wanted that down while I think she's cute. I think she's cute. Okay, we will turn off the lights though. There, and I guess... Okay, we'll turn off these lights this way, because I don't want to take the brakes off, because then the next thing you know, this thing's rolling away. That would be bad. Okay, back to the Space Center now for real. Oh, another free impactor. Very true. I didn't even notice that. Did any science pop up when that thing crashed? I don't know. Okay, into here, and we're going to build ourselves a lander. And actually, I got an idea. Well, yeah, I'll wait for the black screen to go away. Let's actually go to here. Go to here and go to my moon station. So this is moon station as it sits right now. I'm just thinking of how the lander will dock with this. I'll just put it doesn't matter. It's going to be easy. No, it can be on the bottom. It can be on the top. So get rid of that. Okay, lander. So what we'll use, we do have... I do have, like... I kind of am partial to this. I might use it. This is the... comes with Making History. The Lunar Excursion module, the MEM, obviously modeled after the LEM from the Apollo. Yeah, we'll use. It's got some ridiculously overpowered RCS box on it, but it's kind of cute. It's either that, or I could use the Mark I lander can, which also has its charms. But you know, let's use. No, let's use the Lunar Excursion module. Well, I can't decide. Yeah, let's use this. Okay, so we got to put a docking port on it. And I'm just going to be a regular clampatron. Can it sit on the top without it looking completely stupid? Or I could put it on the side, where I think it does look a little dumber. Well, it's kind of nice docking on the side. I don't know why I find it satisfying to dock on the sides rather than... What if I put... Oh, that's not... It doesn't like that at all. It's all... It does not like me sticking that there. There? There. Okay. I'm just trying to find a way to see if I can get this to attach to the side here in an attractive manner. That's all. That's kind of what I'm shooting for. Maybe a little further out. Get another one of these. It's always the last flip you pick. There we go. And then if we take that and just slide it in. You know, I'm going to do all this work, and then what I'm going to end up doing is putting it on the top, because I won't like it. I'm living with that. I'm going to live with that for now. I'm living with that choice. We'll see how it works out. Okay, so we want a lander, and the purpose of this lander is simply to go from the station to the surface where base will eventually be and come back again. Not really doing much of anything else. I think that's about it. So let's get into just putting on. Now this thing already has some fuel in it, does it not? Yeah, it does. Liquid fuel, 50, a little bit, teeny bit. But let's oh, it really likes the 1.875 meter parts. It's kind of built around that. Okay, fine, be that way. Like maybe that might. See that? Yeah, it wants you to stick something like that on the bottom. Now, if I put like a Terrier, see that's 1961 meters per second at delta V. I mean, that's a ton. That's a ton. Like 1500 is going to be fine for going up and down. So you know what? It doesn't hurt to be too big. It does not hurt. It does not hurt. You can maybe change the texture on this a little bit so it doesn't look... Be a structural piece. Where's the... Like this fella. Oh no, that's too big. Is there not a 1.875 meter? I don't think there is. Boop, boop, boop. Go to here, 1.875 meter. I want to, but you're going to be more fuel. But I could always take the fuel out, I suppose. That's just making it pretty high, though, isn't it? That's a heat shield. Yeah, I don't like it. Don't like. We'll do it this way. I need scaling. Yeah, that's one step. Again, I want to build things that people can build without I'm gonna leave it like that. they can build without having to get into mods. So if you were playing a purely stock game with the DLCs, that you can recreate this guy. That's what I'm shooting for. Does this have reaction wheels in it? I don't think it does. So we're definitely going to need some. Probe body's a good idea because it's going to have to fly autonomously. So right now we're going to stick you on the top before I forget. But what am I looking for? This guy. Lunar excursion thing. Okay. Does it have reaction wheels? I don't think so. So we're gonna have to put some reaction wheels on it. Okay. So just gonna put the little fellas. Don't see any reason why it needs anything more than that, and I might just even hide them. Do that. Do that. You know, it's good to keep this as short as you can. Tall landers really kind of like to fall over. This is nice and lightweight too, which is good. Somebody's pointing that out. Okay, landing legs. I guess I can, yeah, I'll use 3. 3 should be plenty. 3 landing struts. Those are awful big. I think the micro ones, though, are too small. Yeah, let's just go with those. And a ladder. No science or anything. I'll do you know what I'll do is at one point we'll build a big science rover. That's what we'll do. Looking for a ladder, you. Like that. One thing I've learned through cruel experience is having these ladders anywhere around these landing gear is a recipe for a Kraken invitation. So I used to I thought it would look nice to have the ladder kind of go right along a landing gear. You know, Apollo was a little bit like that, and then well, it wasn't a little bit like that, it was like that. And then, yeah, the Kraken came along and said, oh, well, I can have fun with this. And so don't do that. I think this one's too small, right? Yeah, let's, well, you know what? Yeah, let's take this off for now. Let's go with this one. Just for now. See, like, so. And then maybe one of these little fellas. Oh wait, but that's, yeah, that's dangerous because that's just a texture. We'll try this. I don't like it. No, I'm going back to what I had. Back. Come on, there. The thrust to weight on the Terrier is definitely overkill on the Moon. No question about it. No question about that at all. But when it comes to landing, I prefer to have too much. Like sometimes people might go into here and like go, oh, I'm going to go to the Moon and I'm going to look at my thrust to weight ratio of 0.9. But the problem that you know, and technically you just need something over 1. But the problem I have if I do that is if I make it, it's not so much about needing the thrust to land. It's about being comfortable with that acceleration and knowing how the ship is going to perform, especially if you want to land in a specific spot. And having more thrust to sit there and say, oh, I need to put on the brakes so I can come down right here is not going to hurt. As opposed to if you have too little thrust and the next thing you know, you're just, yeah. I don't mind having too much thrust. I mean, I might. I mean, the next one down is a spark. I don't know if I want to go with the spark, though. I think that's going to be too little. Well, 0.55. Now you're getting me thinking. What did that do for my Delta V? Now you're getting me thinking. All these people get me thinking. What if I put on like a couple of sparks? So 2 sparks is 1816. And 1 Terrier. It's not worth it. I'm just gonna go with the Terrier. Heck with it. Terrier it is. That's what I'm doing. Okay. It's too much. I don't care. And let's see. Lights, landing lights. I want to have some nice, bright landing lights. And there's, because of this, there's nice room under here. Is it just me, or? There we go. That's what I'm looking for. That. And then we'll roll these a little bit like this. They're going to tuck in here, I think. Nice. No, definitely. Oh, wait. Nope. We're going to play with the colors again. Get one of those gray variants. Look at that. They're just, you wouldn't even know they're there. That looks good. And what you do with those guys is take them off the light action group and put them on the gear action group so that when you extend the gear, those guys toggle on. Okay, and we'll put some actual lighty lights on this. Oh, I need to have reaction wheels. Didn't I say that at some point and then never put them on? Oh, no, I did. I tucked them in there. I did do that. The Octo 2 is fine. I need a antenna. I might move things around. I don't know yet. Still plenty of Delta V. 2 sparks are fine, says Dan. Yeah, the 2 spark, but it was just a marginal increase in Delta V for 2 sparks over the 1 Terrier. And I like having the extra thrust. I like having it for landing. It's nice. Lower TWR on dust landing. Not sorry. Oh, I don't know. We'll see. Now, I do have these thruster blocks, which are stupidly powerful. Let's put them down to 20% for now, but I'm thinking I might not need to have any other thruster blocks other than those. Where's the center of mass of this? It's pretty low, but reaction wheels are a wonderful thing. I might not put any more thruster blocks on there. Just leave it with those. Boy, I don't know. Are there textures associated with this? Oh, that's what I just did. This. No. Let's see. Landing in the dark is never a good idea. Lights, yeah. Okay, I need navigation lights. That's what I need. So I got these lights, but we need some nav lights. So we're gonna have, let's see here. That's the top. This is starboard. Oh, I guess that works. Is there an equivalent bump? Oh, there kinda is. It doesn't like this. So if I take that off and put one here and make it that green, and maybe that's it. Not make it blink or anything. And then of course this one's all goofy, so we'll remove the symmetry, move it here, and make you red. Okay, and oh yeah, remove from symmetry. I don't know why that's there. Okay, is this making sense now? Yes. So that's, oh, because I had the two-way symmetry still on. That's why that happened. So there's a red one. There's a green one. A little one by the hatch. Oh, the ladder's in a bad spot. I can see that. This is the problem with these. Sometimes you have textures all in goofy spots. Make it gray. Actually, that might work. And then blue and blinky. Blink on. No, maybe not. Just leave it blue. This ladder's in a bad spot. I can see that. Of course, that didn't just help, did it? Okay. I need more lights. I need more lights. How about just a collection of red lights for no particular reason down here at the bottom that are going to blink? For no reason. For no reason at all. Okay. And you know what I'm gonna do? How about some spots? I'm thinking of coming in for docking. Ooh, ooh, look at that. A little spot right here. You know what then? I need a cubic strut under that, or the cubic octagonal strut. It's like a little bitty headlight. And that's when you're coming into dock. And actually, I got one more idea. Sorry. Copy you. One more idea for sticking a light somewhere. Like that. Turn it that way. Move it that way. This might be a bad idea. Hey, that works. I'm gonna make that one a blinky one, but I want two-way symmetry, which immediately is gonna mess what I just did. X there. There. Tuck it into the texture a little bit. Sure. And that's going to be a green light, but it's going to blink. And on the other side... Oh, come on. I had it on two-way symmetry. Oh, there isn't a matching bump on the other side. Ah, poop. Oh, I thought I had this all set. Ah, poop. Where's the other one going to go then? I thought I had this all set, so I'm going to put another one here. This one's going to be red and blinky. I'm going to be done soon. I'll be done soon. Don't worry. Okay, I'm done. This is a Mun Lander. Mun Lander 1. I don't know. My unimaginative names. And oh, what did I just do? I meant to hit save and I hit launch. Okay. High mounted spots all around. Am I able to use the mirror symmetry? Yeah, you can use mirror symmetry in the VAB. Let's just see if these folks can exit here without... Hey, look at that. Quite often this turns into a major headache, but today, this is working fine. Oh! Okay, let's try that again. Oh, you know what this thing needs? It needs that ion McJob. Ooh. Bored. Oh, that might change some things. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Okay, lights? What do the lights all look like? We'll live with this. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Revert back. Revert. Vehicle assembly. Oh, that's why the other part, yes. I wasn't on mirror symmetry, I was on radial symmetry. So when I was trying to put one here, of course the one wasn't over here, it was like over here somewhere. That's why I was a dope. I should have put it on mirror symmetry. Okay, but either way, we're gonna retract this, but I just realized too, shoot, I want, because I have a contract for it, remember I grabbed that right at the beginning of the stream, this thing, the PD-12 ionographer. Okay, so if we're going to use that, it requires a power unit. Now I don't know, I don't have a lot of storage space here. We need to have this. I think I can get away with just that. And you always have to have the probo down. Oh no, and you need power. I need to put storage on this thing. Okay. We can sneak some storage on this. We can sneak some storage on this. Shoot. Storage. Let's make this so it doesn't look stupid. Yeah, I forgot I got that contract to... I can live with that. I can live with that. To deploy an ionographer thing. So I'm going to do that. You need to have the... at least one solar panel. I got to count this up. I'm going to need to have the Dobodyne thingy. I might as well throw on one more of these Grand Slam seismic sensors so that when I do impacts... Oh, what is this? The mini... Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! The mini nuke radiothermoelectric generator. If you have an engineer deploy it, it produces... Oh, right through the night. Okay, so I have a level 4 engineer, pretty sure, in Bill. So it will produce 4 units of power. This guy, the Dobodyne thing, consumes 1 unit of power. Then I don't think I'll... Oh, the Grand Slam, that's what that is. Requires 1... I think everything's 1 unit of power. And then this guy's 1 unit of power. So this thermoelectric... Cool. This mini nuke PD radioisotope thermoelectric generator will power all this for me. I don't need the goo things because I'm pretty sure I've collected all the goo on the moon. So I think I'm good. Let's, for some giggles, we'll throw a couple of... We got the room. We'll throw in some of those work lamps. I like those. A couple of the big ones. No, just all the ones that are on the tripods. They're nicer. Everything else, you know what? Take that off. Put it on a science kit and a repair kit because I'm not. Let's do that. Happy. Okay. So, still has 1,625 meters per second. I think that's plenty. Thrust to weight is plenty. I think it's plenty. I think it's good. Check the mass. Why check the mass? Mass is 4.5 tons. She's a big fella. Okay. So I think no, I don't like this conformal one. I know it just it sometimes it looks okay, but I don't know. I'm not a big fan. I think it's fine. Where I could put it. Now you're getting me thinking about those conformal. Could I put it under here? Ooh, that might not be bad. No, forget it. I'm gonna stick with. I'm staying with my choice. That's that. Okay, we're gonna get Kerbal's out. What time is it? Like I'm thinking real time. Oh gosh, we're 2 hours in. Okay, okay. I'm thinking that this is gonna be my lander. Gonna do one more thing. I'm gonna put it into orbit. No, I'm not. I'm gonna leave it. This is going to be my lander. Clearly, I need to build some sort of a vehicle to transfer it out towards the moon. We're going to dock it with the station. We're going to put in a couple of Kerbals, get down to that rover. We're going to do a little bit of scouting about, find a good spot for the base, drop a waypoint there, and then at that point, we'll start thinking about building ourselves a base finally and putting the base there because I do have a contract for that base. But I think, looking at the time, that this is actually, I was starting to have too much fun with this stupid lander. I think I'm going to call this stream at this point. So I'm going to leave all of that stuff for next week. But in the meantime, I want to thank everybody in the chat. I want to thank everybody who's watching this at a later date. And of course, and as always, a very, very special thank you to my Patreon patrons and YouTube members. Thank you very much for supporting this stream. And we'll see you all next week. Bye, everybody.